today.
We are talking motivation, drive. Motivation gets thrown around, like you said.
Yeah, let's talk. I wanted to just talk, I had it on my mind this morning, talk about motivation as a metric, because I think people use that as a guide sometimes to like feel how they're like, how good do I feel? Am I motivated? I don't feel that motivated today, or either that kind of stuff getting thrown around. Or I'll see like YouTube videos that pop up on my feed that's like, oh, the best video for motivation. And like, I think motivation is just a shitty metric.
And it's funny, from doing so many of these podcasts and talking to so many like fitness experts, they're not big on motivation. What they're big on is instilling habits. So when you're unmotivated, the habit keeps you focused and keeps you on track. So I like where you're going with that. As you get older, it gets more deep. Your priorities change.
Totally. Opportunity cost,
in
right?
your 40s, right?
Yeah, you got...
I want to live longer. I want to feel better. I want to get out of bed earlier.
What's the point of getting rich if you're not going to be able to like enjoy it?
Yeah, your health is your wealth.
Yeah, and be able to spend time. Like I look forward to having grandkids. As weird as that sounds, I look forward to that time in my life.
I don't think that's weird at all.
Yeah, and I want to enjoy it with them. I want to be able to go sailing with them and go horseback riding. Like I don't want to be all like, And
I've seen so many parents where the kid starts running away and they're so overweight that they can't catch the kid.
Yeah.
And that scares me. And the kid's running towards the road and that mom or the dad can't move. And you should be able to catch your kid. You should be able to save your child. You should be able to keep up with your child.
Yeah, at least a little, right? Like I'm not going to be able to go and play like hockey like my
But I mean, you can move if you have to catch them all.
Totally, yeah. I can play with them. I can go out there. We can throw the ball around. We can have fun, and... if we're playing softball or whatever, like I'd be able to play with him and stuff, but he still has obviously youth on his side. But where's he going to be when he's 43, almost 44 years old, right? Like those are really big questions. And
yeah, by you being that way, you're trying to instill the fact that he's going to try to copy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Monkeys. Talked about this before too. I do one thing at a time. If I'm developing a good habit, I do it consistently until it becomes just a staple.
Yeah.
And I won't ever try to develop two habits at once. Say it was cold showers, right? I've been doing cold showers for 6 years. It was start one thing at a time. Mm-hmm. Before I know it, it wasn't even like, am I going to do cold today? It was like, no, this is just the way I shower now. There's a guy, he talks about, if you quit smoking, you don't say you're a non-smoker. He says, I don't smoke. And subconsciously in your brain, you've kind of made two different. You're not like, I don't smoke anymore, thinking I may go back to it. No, I'm not a smoker.
Yeah.
Just a definitive, clean, straight to the point answer. And you can see straight away by saying it two different ways, it takes you two different directions.
Of course.
I go to the gym. I occasionally go to the gym. Or sometimes I eat well. I eat clean. Like, yeah, it's funny what just that little thing can do.
Yeah. Well, you are kind of like reinforcing an identity you're trying to create for yourself, right? That's kind of
changing your blueprint.
Yeah, you're changing your blueprint, because that's a little bit, that's the hard part, is changing who you are inside already, and the
changing those bad habits,
those subconscious ones that like, well, whatever, I'm gonna do this instead of that. Like I can do that later, and then later comes and you're like, man, I'm just so tired, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, right? And then tomorrow comes and then the same pattern happens again and again. So you're trying to change that pattern by saying, no, I do this now. Or, I'm going to do it even when I don't want to.
So you got to find what motivates you, what gets you out of bed, what gets you, I don't like even using motivated, what gets you excited.
Yeah.
This morning I was excited to get up to do this. That's what gets me excited.
Yeah.
And that may be one small little thing, silly little thing, but if that's what works for me, that's what works for me.
Well, your brain, the way it works is whatever you kind of focus on, it starts to find those things, right? I think it's called the RAS, your reticular activating system, all right? In your brain, you have a specific part of your brain that will help you find things in your life that you are looking for. So, for example, if you decide like, oh, I want this new, Corvette, you're going to start seeing that Corvette everywhere, because your brain now is looking for it. Instead of just like kind of zoning out and looking at the clouds, you're going to like spot those Corvettes, because your reticular activating system is going to be looking for those things. That works with everything. So if you're looking for one good thing in your life, one good reason to get up in the morning, you're going to find one good reason, but you got to start looking for it, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
I like that. You got to look for it.
You're going to look for it. So if it's like, man, what is one reason to get up today? Like, okay, well, coffee sounds good. Great. So,
but also making like that sacrifice a priority over the long, like to the benefit, right?
Yeah.
By sacrificing here, I'm going to get the benefit of being skinnier, feeling better, looking better, living longer.
Yeah. I would say that the word sacrificing is probably not the best.
It's a little bit extreme.
That wouldn't
isn't
work
it?
for me. I like to look at it like I would just basically, like when it came to eating certain foods, I would just say, this is just what I can eat. This is like my menu, and that's it.
Okay.
Like I don't look at what I'm sacrificing, or I don't think about like, oh, I'd really like to have. I just go,
It's what you're gaining, and
Yeah,
this is what you do.
wouldn't look at anything else. I just kind of like, just
Gotcha.
look at, this is what I got. And